Hey guys, welcome back to Little Big Opinions. I'm Big.
And I'm Little.
We also got producer Mark here.
What's up, boys?
So this episode is brought to you by Sacieta Law, personal injury attorneys. If you need more than just a lawyer, you need an advocate who truly cares and fights hard for what you deserve. Call Sacieta Law at 305-340-9082 or visit sacietalaw.com for your free consultation. Sacieta Law, where strength meets compassion. So not a lot went down this past week. It was the Dolphins bye week. Little is in our presence. He's on American soil. How was your trip?
The rest of the trip was great. I know we talked about it the other day. The Madrid portion was very exciting. The Dolphins won. It was my birthday. They gave me that birthday surprise. Definitely started the trip off great. Probably going to say that game was close to the highlight of the trip. But not that the rest of the trip wasn't great. San Sebastian, which is Basque Country, phenomenal. If you've never been there, I would recommend, Ryan, if you ever go, try to stay away from high season, because I do know for sure if I was there going from bar to bar, like squeezing up on people and trying to find places to eat, I wouldn't have liked it as much as I did, because it was great just walking into a bar, eating some things, less than 10 euros.
So it's just too many people? Were there a lot of people there?
There wasn't. But the bad thing about going when I went now was things were closed because it's kind of an off season. So a lot of, like 3 or 4 of the pincho places that we wanted to go to, we couldn't because it was closed. But in that sense, all the other things that were open, there was no line. So our friend Jonathan, I'm going to give him a shout out.
J-Rod?
Jonathan Rodriguez gave me a whole list of things to follow. I didn't follow the rules because I don't read. He found that out later. But I didn't have to be so specific on the rules because there's no one there. So it was good. At Antonio Bar, which is famous for this tortilla. Dude.
Tortilla de pañola?
Dude. Look.
What's it? What ingredients are in there?
So I asked the guy. So first of all, I had to sit there for an hour. Because
to wait for tortilla?
So I sit down and I don't read. So I sit down and go, let's see what Jonathan said about this place. And there's a whole rules of like what time I'm supposed to show up. I'm supposed to show up at 11 so that I get up by 11:15. Don't have to wait because I get there at 11:30. I have to wait. I didn't listen to that. It was raining. So I sit down and I asked the guy, is there tortilla in the afternoon? He goes, yeah, it's in an hour. And I go, okay, I'll be back in an hour. And he looks at me, he goes, no, senor. So he's basically telling me that I have to sit there. I look at Brittany and she's like, well, I guess we're going to sit. So we sat with the guy. I ate my first anchovies. It was one of the things that I said I was going to do. And I'm texting Jonathan. He's like, don't blame me for not reading instructions, which I agreed with him. And there was no way that was going to be worth it. But Ryan, it was so good. And Brittany's like, what's in it? He just goes, amor.
Amor.
It was delicious. It's just basically
potatoes,
onions, and egg. That's it.
My dad, Robert, makes a phenomenal tortilla de pañola.
Well, I would love to try it because we fell in love with that one.
We haven't had that in a long time. But, Stoof, we got to make that. That's one thing. It's not in the recipe book. My wife is putting together a recipe book of things that she finds, on cookbooks, Instagram, all these influencers. But then also she learned from her grandmother. She learned from my mom, my dad, the different traditional Lafarga Perez dishes, and she wrote them down so we can pass that on to our kids.
That's
so your
great.
Kids are eating. My kids are eating my grandmother's black beans, or my mom's black beans. So
I wanted to do that with Mima, our grandmother, but I think I will. There's one time where Brittany and I, when my parents were away, picked her up and we made ropa vieja at the house. Let me tell you, when we made it with her, just the 3 of us, that was the best ropa vieja she's ever made. So I'm trying to get that experience for all the other things.
It's worth it, and it's going to light her up. She's going to absolutely love that. You should treat her like the queen that she is. Mima is a queen.
I do.
They have the best grandmother, one of the best grandmothers of all time to do it. Mark, you love Mima, right? Your grandmother?
I love Mima. I tried doing that with her, but I asked her for how much do I put in this? Like, how much? And she's like, así. And she just sprinkled, like, salt or whatever it was. She has no, like, measurements. She just kind of goes with the flow, which is, I dig it.
The other problem is she doesn't want us in the kitchen.
She's never wanted you in the kitchen at all.
She doesn't want us to be cooking and cleaning. And I could appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the old motherly instinct about her.
And then Brittany told her one time, like, oh, he doesn't help with the? And she goes, yeah, he shouldn't. I was like, that backfired on you big time.
That old school mentality from the grandmothers.
Yeah.
You got to love it. Any fun stories? Anything at all to share?
So from San Sebastian, we went to 2 different towns. So we had to get a car. It was like 45 minutes. So we drove. This is on Thursday. We drove to pick up the rental car. And I get there, and I give my license. And she goes, no, senor. I go, what? She told me that my license was expired. My license expired on my birthday. So I
Can't get back into the States?
Well, thankfully, I was outside of the States and I had my passport, because if it wasn't for that, I would have definitely been freaking out. Like, if I was in New York, I wouldn't have been able to fly home.
Because you didn't want to have your passport on you.
Correct. You take your passport to New York?
Huh?
When you travel in the States, you take your passport?
Absolutely not.
Oh, exactly.
I don't even know where my passport is.
So Brittany looks at me and she's like, you can drive anyways. I'm like, I'm not going to drive without a license in Europe.
You made her drive without...
I was a passenger princess the whole time.
Oh, my God. Mark.
We crossed the border, dude.
What do you call that, Mark? A simp? Well, give me a word that the new kids would call this guy.
I think you could just say cuck.
What are you doing? You're making your wife drive in a foreign country?
She did a great job. I was telling her where to go.
Oh.
Much better job than she would have done. Let me tell you.
No testosterone. What's going on here? Brittany's wearing the pants.
Yeah, you're going to drive without a license.
Absolutely I am.
Yeah. So, no license. It should be in the mail anytime soon. At that moment, while I was in the passenger seat,
By the way, if you need a hookup with the DMV, I got you, dude.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
I got it already. It's in the mail.
Oh, okay. You could do that all the way from San Sebastian, too. You just renewed it like that?
Just renewed it like that.
That's the tax collector. He's doing a really good job. Shout out to Dario Fernandez. Good job. Really good job.
You got extra taxes and fees, too, because I wasn't present. So
very nice. Well, we need those revenues in the county for local government. Okay. Anything else you have to share with us?
Nah, not
okay, cool. All right. So a lot happened. This guy was in Spain. But unfortunately, during the bye week, a lot of people this week won. So there wasn't a lot that went down for the Dolphins other than the people who we needed to lose over the weekend started winning, unfortunately. But Mike McDaniel was a key contributor to a lot of anguish in Madrid, right? With that play calling, with that decision-making at the end of the game, the clock management, just a lot. All of the decision-making was left up to suspense. So we've come on here multiple times, and we've told each other that we want Mike McDaniel gone. But the script is kindly flipped now. They've won 2 in a row. Upcoming week, the lowly Saints are coming into town, which we should take care of.
Without Kamara now, and they're a 6-point favorite at the moment.
The Dolphins are at home. I thought it would be a little bit higher, by the way.
6 points for the Dolphins? Did you watch the game in Madrid?
The Dolphins are the hottest team in football behind the Rams. But Mike McDaniel, we need to get through this right now. We got to break down his era, Mike McDaniel era, from top to bottom. We want to go the highs, the lows, and the record-breaking moments. So today, we want to do like a year-to-year comparison. We want to talk about what he's done since the inception in 2022. Let's just start off, Chris. So in 2022, his rookie season, he goes 9-8. He makes the playoffs.
Without Tua for 5 of those games, including the end, including the playoffs. So we're super excited that maybe we had a guy.
And he was the first rookie head coach in Dolphins history to win a season opener. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Now, we made the playoffs that year.
It's wild.
But you go to the playoffs and Tua gets hurt, and then that's the year that we faced the Bills in Buffalo.
And if your boy caught some balls, I think we would have won that game. Waddle had 2 huge drops, including one in the fourth quarter at the end of the game, down the sideline. I was with Joey. We were watching it, and off his hands. If not, we had a chance to win that game.
That was before Tyreek Hill?
That was before, yeah.
We
never had Tyreek.
Now, that's the day that the defense was getting right after Josh Allen. Steeler had, I think, a touchdown.
They gave up a bunch of points, though.
He was always on his back.
It was a shootout, and Skylar Thompson helped will this team back. And he made so many plays, and it was just so heartbreaking that Waddle was his guy. He dropped 2 major passes that game. I remember that. I think they played great. They did more than expected, but it was a young team, young coach, a 7th round quarterback, second year receiver, and it was in the cold in Buffalo and the whole thing. So I was so stoked that what we were getting ourselves into.
That was the first year of Tyreek Hill. Then the second year is the Dolphins is 2023. It's the peak, right? We're there. You go 11-6, number 1 offense in football, 70 points against the Broncos.
Yeah, but they were like 8-3, right? At one point, or 8-2 at one point.
They were 9-3 at one point.
Okay.
Then they lose the game against the Titans. Then they beat the Cowboys, and then they lose to the Ravens. They go 11-5.
And then they lost to the Ravens, and then they lost to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, so they go 11-6. Then have to play against Mahomes in that frigid weather in Arrowhead.
Yep.
The coldest playoff game of all time.
Right.
Right? And
it looked like it.
Yeah, we couldn't do anything at all.
We had no defense. We had both Chubb, Phillips was gone. The Connor Williams was the center. He was gone. There's a lot of injuries. So again, hey, maybe if we don't get injured, blah, blah, blah. And Tua finally stayed healthy, led the league in passing that year. 2 straight years of McDaniel high-flying offense. This is going to be great.
2 straight years of playoff football.
Yep.
Right? Both losses coming in the wild card. But that year, that Broncos game, right? That was the peak, right? The 70 points, 726 yards, an NFL
Everyone
record
loves to
that
say
game.
That was the peak. Of course, it was the highlight of so far the offense, but I don't think it was the peak. We were 9-3. We were this 2 seed at one point on our way to possibly the number 1 seed. That was the peak, and late in the season. It wasn't like week 4, and then you had everything in front of you. We had the game against the Titans, and then even when we lost that game, we beat the Cowboys
at home.
It was Christmas that year, right?
It was Christmas Day.
It was Christmas. Brittany and I were there. Like, we lose that game all the time, and that was a game where we went back to a little bit more balanced offense. We ran the ball when we had to run the ball. We threw the ball when we had to throw the ball. It was the year.
We were 10-4.
It was the year.
Then we go to the Ravens. That's when Chubb gets hurt. That's when Tyreek Hill, misses that touchdown to tie the game early on in the second quarter, and then it just, Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson. You miss the playoff. I mean, you lose that game. Achane is a breakout. So Achane breaks out. You think, okay, going into 2024, this is going to be our year. But then you lose some of your key players, right? That's when Wilkins left, Van Ginkel, Robert Hunt. Those 3 mainstays left.
Right.
And then you bring on certain people and then Tua gets hurt at the beginning of the year because he ran against
week 2. We were there.
Yeah, against the Bills, that night game. And then it was all downhill from there. They started really, really bad. Then they won games when he came back. They go 8-9 last year. But the offense is not the same.
Tua missing 6 games that year, including the end of the year. Same idea. He left in the beginning with a concussion, and at the end he didn't leave with a concussion, but he missed the last 2 games again, because we started off something like 2-6, and then again went 1-6, and 6-1, and then we had a chance to make the playoffs. In the last 2 games, Tua missed as well, losing the last game of the season, which didn't matter, but it took us from 8-9 to possibly 9-8, which would have been 3 consecutive winning years. You would have had the excuses again of Tua being hurt, but again now the grumblings are there, like, hey, Tua's hurt. Now it's a thing at this point. It's not can he stay healthy, it's he doesn't stay healthy. But it doesn't matter. You still have a team, and excuses as the things that we're going to keep saying as to maybe we're going to be good this year in 2025. But boy, were we wrong.
Then when did we pay him? We paid him going into 2024.
We paid him after the 11-6 year. The 1 year that he was healthy, we chose to pay him when we could have had a 5th-year option. Keep him on, play on the 5th year, which would have been like $23 million. And then we could have done, the Kirk Cousins deal at Washington, which was, franchise tag, 2 or 3 more years, and then decide to pay him or not pay him or let him walk without anything.
So you're stuck with him now. We've talked about this multiple times on this podcast. You're stuck with him next year because he has a dead cap of $99 million if you release him next year at some point during the offseason. So Tua Tagovailoa is going to be your starting quarterback to start the 2026 year. Now, current season, you're 4-7. Your offense is ranked 26th in the NFL. Your defense is in the bottom third, allowing 24 points a game. And your strength of record schedule is 25th out of 32 teams. So we're down in the dumps. We won 2 in a row. We're 4-7. You have a schedule right now that's lining up. You got the Saints coming. You got the Jets, and then you got the Bengals. The Bengals right now, they don't know what they're going to do with Joe Burrow. They're out of it too.
Right.
So are you really going to risk that future? So we'll see what happens here. But you should win the next 2 games, and then you'll be 6-7. But right now, folks, if we win out, a 22% chance to get into the playoffs, because right now you are 3 games behind the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you also have Mahomes and the Chiefs in front of you as well. It's inconceivable right now, but we'll get to that later. Mike McDaniel right now, we have to go through this. Can you give us the takes? Can you tell the listeners what should we do with Mike McDaniel right now?
Well, one more thing that we should say, with Tua, he's 36-28. So that's also a big difference. But the biggest thing about the Mike McDaniel's era against playoff teams, we said he's 32-30 right now, sitting as the head coach. He's 3-14 against playoff teams. He's 23-9 against 500 or worse. So that's been the theme of Mike McDaniel. That's what's the biggest concern about this year is he won all the games that he was supposed to win. That was something that we've never seen as Dolphin fans. We would lose random games and then win big games for no reason, like this year with the Bills. And then we lose games like Carolina, which Carolina's a decent team, but we had control of that game. And we lost to the Browns, which was a
terrible loss.
A game they should have won. I know that they're bad, but they still should have won the game. They're better than that team. You can argue with me all you want. That's why I have a podcast. Come on here and talk to me on the chat right now, and I'll argue with you that we're a better team than Cleveland. So that's the big concern that I have about Mike McDaniel. Every time he needs to scheme or be better than the other coach, it doesn't happen. And even we saw it against Madrid, what are you doing? Like, there is analytics, and I'm glad you're looking at that, and I'm glad you're making decisions based on analytics, but there has to be a feel, and that feel doesn't seem to be there, and it doesn't seem that he makes things better sometimes. Like, there's things that are clearly working he goes away from. Like, the 2023 offense didn't need to be rehauled. It just needed to be tinkered with. And it was totally different the next year. You saw it from the first week. You're like, where are those plays? Where are those plays? We didn't see them again.
Down the field. The seam plays, that Waddle seam play is uncoverable.
It seems to be there all the time. And, yes, teams have caught on to it, but for the most part, it's open. The other thing, we finally saw it again, is the RPO. Like, Tua was the RPO master. Can you remember the last time you saw the RPO?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The last 2 weeks, I think he's had one game a week. But, that was like the staple of the offense of what everything came to, because Tua is so good at it. And that's been gone too. So those are the type of questions that we ask McDaniel, like, why do you go away from things that obviously work? So to my point, it doesn't look like they're going to get rid of him. So if they're not going to get rid of him, they really have to make some big decisions, like maybe possibly taking away play calling from him. I think that would be, he's obviously innovative. He obviously has great ideas, but you can't tell me that it's because Tua's holding him back. I would agree maybe some games go differently if you have a different quarterback, but his record is 36-28 with Tua. Without him, he's worse. So why would you think that he's going to make another quarterback better? I don't have the confidence that right now for sure he's going to bring a quarterback in and make them that much better. Like Kyle Shanahan, kind of doesn't matter what quarterback he has there. They're always kind of in the game and they're 500 or better than 500. When he has a quarterback, he goes to Super Bowl. With Tua, he's all right. But with other quarterbacks, he's not even close. Like, they're not even good. Tyreek Hill and Waddle are non-factors with other quarterbacks. So that is my one concern. But maybe if he steps back, gives play calling to someone else, maybe we can have a little bit better things coming up.
36-28 is a 56% percentage, right? Winning percentage. That's 9 wins a game. 9 and 7 a year. That's not going to do it for you. 9 and 8 every year. That's not going to do for you. That's in the hunt. That's
in the hunt, and that's 1 or 2 games different of But
that's not. He's not. That's not the answer. We don't need to be in the hunt anymore. We need to be striving for the 1, the 2 seed, the 3 seed. We're just dealing with mediocrity, and we know that he's not the guy. The clock management has been a problem since 2022. Since he started.
Yeah, since the first year.
The decision makings have become even more illogical, right? What happened in Madrid? He loves to go for it on fourth down. Sometimes it's okay to punt the ball and rely on your defense.
I think he has improved in that aspect the last 2 years, except for
last year. Remember last year when they would get into purgatory between the 40s?
Right.
And we didn't have the big back in Ollie Gordon.
Right.
But it was always a problem. We were going for it. We would never get. We were the worst fourth down conversion team in the NFL last year. And so it was a huge problem. It hasn't been a problem this year.
Right.
I agree with you, but
there's certain things that he has kind of fixed. Like it's kind of better, but then he goes and then makes the play where he throws the H-hand that way on third and short instead of just give it to Ollie Gordon.
And H-hand miraculously gets through it and gains 4 yards when he shouldn't have.
Right. Those are the things that are just like, why would you do that just running up the middle? If you get stuffed, you get stuffed. But no one's going to blame you for going for it that way, but they will blame you for the play call. So that's why I'm saying if you take it away. But let's go on your route. I ultimately would be okay with them moving on because they haven't done the thing where they totally tear it down and build it back. So if that's the route they go, I'm full support for that. Right now, my fear is that that's not what's going on. I kind of fear that they're kind of tinkering and moving things around and giving someone else a voice in the building, and that concerns me. So in that case, keep them around because if they can tinker with the current vision but make better decisions on certain players, maybe the vision comes out a little bit better, and maybe I'm okay with that, but
what I understand of it is if you have to keep Tua, I don't want another coach to come in and
right.
try and get with Tua.
No,
so
you're with me.
I'm okay with keeping them both together, but we know next year is gonna be a lost season as well. So we're delaying the inevitable. Now look at what the Broncos did. I know it was a risk what they did with Russell Wilson. They got rid of it and they built through the draft and they hit on. They got a really good coach. They hit on the draft, not only just through Bo Nix, but other positional players there, and they were smart with their money, and now they are 9-2.
Yeah,
good defense.
I definitely hear you and understand what you're saying, but that's that they decided that they're going to completely tear it down. So if that's the decision that they're making forward, then yes, you get rid of McDaniel, but to your point, you get rid of Tua now, whatever it costs, and you know that next year is not going to be a thing. And you draft a quarterback early, but they've already missed that boat there, right? They won another game that they shouldn't have won, and like you said, these next 2 games, McDaniel and Tua are going to try to play for their jobs. They're going to try to win games.
The team is pumped up right now,
and they're good enough to win. And what I said in the funeral on week 1 was your team didn't come play for you. Now the team's coming to play for him. So. I don't know what the right thing is. I really don't. But if you're going to have a little tinkering and then you bring in someone else to be the guy or even, the Weaver, which we've said, I've seen this book before too, man. Like if you tear it down, bring in Gruden or bring in an old guy that's done it before, I'm on that. But if you're going to bring in the next hot coordinator, there's not going to be that many guys that are smarter than McDaniel that you think is going to be better.
The only coordinator that I would consider, I think you need to go after a seasoned coach. I'm all for. I've said it before, Mike Shula.
No. See,
Chris,
for that,
I want Mike Shula. I want Fernando Mendoza. I just want family. I want love. That's all I care about.
Okay,
that's a perfect scenario. Mark, can you imagine having a Shula running the organization again with a Cuban-American Miami native quarterback?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
That's
Mark,
dream.
He asked you a question, so you can answer.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not sold on Mendoza yet. Columbus guy, I love you. But
you're unbelievable.
I don't know if he's gonna work. What do you want me to say, dude?
We support every Columbus guy for whatever shanties that they do or whatever craziness that they do. How can we not support the one kid that's a Heisman frontrunner right now? But did you watch the interview that I sent to the group chat this week with him?
I did not, but
you have to watch that.
I will say he's a very smart dude. He's obviously financially very smart. He's a business guy. If he doesn't make it in football, he has a good back.
I mean, he's making it in football. He's at least going to be a backup quarterback. I mean, he's set.
He's going to be a top 3 pick. Mark.
I just don't see. I don't see it, dude. I just don't see him coming into the league. And now we have this thing where quarterbacks have to come in and produce immediately. And I think that what it's doing is that there's such a small amount of percentage of people that can do that it's just not working out. And like, look at the Favre, and then Aaron Rodgers sitting behind him.
Brett Favre is what he's saying.
Yeah, Brett Favre. He was a football player.
Favre.
But the sitting behind, the Patrick Mahomes sat behind. He didn't start right away. You need to let these guys develop as a backup quarterback before you throw them in here. It's not working. The system doesn't work. So if we could draft a quarterback this year, Tua plays next year, maybe that quarterback that we bring in, that we draft this year can develop a little bit better, and maybe we can get an Aaron Rodgers. Who knows?
Right. If they're going to completely blow it up, then I get it, Ryan. That I'm with you, but it doesn't seem that that's what they want, and they're kind of seeing and tiptoeing. So if you're going to tiptoe, give it one more year. And to your point, I understand we're delaying the inevitable, but they clearly haven't made. So based on the direction they've gone, I'm probably going to say keep him with stipulations like remove play calling from him so that he can maybe make better decisions about, the timeouts and the whole thing and better organization of the team.
We're delaying the inevitable. Just rip off the Band-Aid, dude.
But who's going to take that away from him? It's only Ross that can tell him, hey, you can't do play calling anymore. Right. He's not going to do it. He's going to be like, no.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you can keep your job as a head coach, there's worse things. It's not like he's the only one that's ever been said, okay, I'm not going to do play calling. Just very easily 6 games in, he'll be like, I'll do it again. Like, that's the worst that's going to happen, especially if they're not winning. We'll see. Because we are stuck in purgatory. It clearly is this. But like I said the other day, I'm rooting for wins. So if I'm rooting for wins, then I'm going to root for, I guess, Mike McDaniel will be here another year.
All right. Well, let's talk about some teams that are playing pretty well right now. Let's go through the NFL Week 12 slate. Real quick, I'm going to just shoot off the final scores, and we're just going to say one or two things about the game. Bills lose. Texans beat the Bills on Thursday night, 23-19. Josh Allen on his ass the entire game. The Texans win that game. We all picked the Bills. We all lost that game, by the way. Okay, the Bears beat the Steelers at home, 31-28. Caleb Williams, all his nail polishes, three touchdowns. The Bears are 8-3 right now. 8-3. Bengals at home against the Patriots. Close game at the beginning of the first half. Drake May throws a pick 6 for everything that he is. They're up. The Bengals are up, and then immediately after that, they have they have a defensive score. They have Henderson being a stud. Patriots are now 10-2. What a vomit. Remember the beginning of the year we said over under?
I keep saying this, and I know that I'm the hater, and we have our friend that keeps telling me we're just hating on them. I understand, and yes, maybe it's a little bit of hater, but this reminds me a lot of the 2023 Miami Dolphins. That's what I'm saying. Favorable schedule, everything going well. Let's see how the end of the season follows up.
Lions at home against the Giants. Lions and Jameis Winston. We're going to talk about him very much. The Lions 34 in overtime beat the Giants 34-27. Jameis Winston. Let's just talk about him real quick.
Woo!
This guy is pure entertainment. He is going to make so much money after football as a analyst because he is everything that comes out of his mouth is gold. And the way that guy played yesterday, first of all, just throwing it to Wan'Dale Robinson, who had a huge game, 9 receptions, 156 yards, 2 TDs.
One TD.
Jameis Winston, he caught a touchdown. He threw for, how many did he throw for yesterday? 2 touchdowns,
366 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Did you happen to see the catch?
I saw
for
the
catch, touchdown?
The catch, the broken tackle, and then the touchdown celebration.
What was it, Mark? Can you show the followers?
It's a little finger. I don't like to do it because that's what he used to do when he scored for FSU. But man, I love that dude. He is so fun to watch. Surgical precision. He was correct.
Just throwing balls up in the air. They were making plays for him. Hodgins was making plays for him.
That's what he does, though. He throws it up, right? That like 1 year he was a starter at Tampa Bay. He led the league in touchdowns, but led the league in interceptions.
No interceptions yesterday. Now on the flip side,
he had 1 interception.
They ran into Jahmyr Gibbs yesterday. Jahmyr Gibbs on my fantasy team, on my fantasy league that has big play bonuses, 70 points. 70 points.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dude, that guy.
And he caught
14.6 yards per carry. And I know that we both love Achane, and I know you think he's the best running back in the league. Jahmyr Gibbs, if we're going to give anybody the ball more, I say we give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more.
Jahmyr Gibbs. He is an absolute stud. So the Lions are at 7-4. The Giants are 2-10. They are on their way to a top 5 pick. The Packers at home taking on the Vikings. I want to talk about the Vikings. The Packers win at home 23-6 in a divisional game. Packers are 7-3-1. Jordan Love, pedestrian game. The real story there was Emmanuel Wilson, who came in as the running back for Josh Jacobs. 107 yards and 2 touchdowns with a couple of catches out of the backfield. Absolute stud. And J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. This kid is terrible. Terrible. I have Jordan Addison on my football team, Mark. 0. He had 1 target yesterday. 1 target.
Well, forget that. Justin Jefferson is very ordinary only with J.J. McCarthy. Everybody else, he goes off, but he's 4 for 48 yesterday. No touchdowns.
How many targets?
6 targets.
6 targets. 1 target to Jordan Addison. So of your top 2 wide receivers, you have 7 targets?
I mean, he only threw the ball for 19 times. I mean, Green Bay has a very boring offense as far as that they like to run the ball first.
They like to pound the ball.
And then they throw off of the run. And that's if this guy ran the ball 28 times yesterday. They ran the ball yesterday as a team for 42 times. 42 carries and 22 attempts. Yeah.
So let's move on. Cam Ward and the Titans taking on the Seahawks at home. Seahawks win this game on the road 30-24. Let's talk about the guy that was throwing to Jay Jetta last year and Sam Darnold. But he has the best weapon in football right now in Jackson Smith-Njigba.
I mean, I know this is blasphemous to speak here. We have a Kane's Insight thing in front of us, but Ohio State wide receivers, huh?
No, they're wide receiver you.
It's unreal year after year after year, and they got 2 guys ready to do the next. To be next.
Ennis and Jeremiah Smith, when he comes out next year, he has to play another year. But Jackson
Ohio
Smith
State
and Jigba,
just play someone. Just play. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. Play people. Let's say that they have a cupcake schedule.
They
have a cupcake schedule.
They played Texas to begin the year, by the way.
They played 1 game, dude. One game. Look at the rest of their schedule.
It's not their fault that's how the Big Ten scheduling works.
It's garbage. I
agree with you.
College football garbage.
College football is in a whole different mess and a whole different thing, and they need to restructure it 'cause it's a Mickey Mouse league.
Hey, where's that? The chair for the CFP? Where does he? What's he?
Arkansas.
He's
athletic director for Arkansas.
Hey,
Wonder why
Razorback.
so many SEC teams are in.
Put the Canes in if you want fun January football. But if you want to be mediocre and you want to put in,
have you seen a picture of that man?
Utah,
have you seen a picture of that man?
Tulane.
He doesn't want fun. He doesn't want fun. He doesn't want good. It doesn't matter if Alabama loses to a 5-win FSU team. That's fine. Sorry.
So Jackson Smith-Njigba yesterday, 8 receptions, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's on pace right now for 2,000 yards, Mark. In less targets than Calvin Johnson when he went over the 2,000-yard mark.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is playing well. He's 6th right now in the league in passing. Do you know who first is, by the way?
Matthew Stafford.
Drake May. And then
Jesus.
Right. And then
Vomit.
again, 2003 Miami Dolphins. Tua was number 1 in the league in passing that year. But anyways, I digress. So he has 19 touchdowns. Let me make sure. He has 19 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So that's kind of been the problem with the Seahawks is when it comes to bigger games, he throws a lot of interceptions. We saw that in the playoffs last year when he got in. If he can change that, which is a big if, then maybe they have a chance.
They got a great defense.
Their defense is very, very good. That's where a defensive head coach team should look like. But when your offense kind of limited and big games, we've heard this story before. We just talked about Mike McDaniel. Let's see how it ends.
And their coach is named Mike McDaniel.
McDonald.
McDonald.
Do this
Cool.
every time.
All right. The Chiefs, big game at home, taking on the NFL leading Colts. This game was dominated by the Colts throughout the game. Chiefs could not do anything. And then, of course, the Mahomes magic coming on late, scoring a touchdown, scoring a field goal, making it go to overtime. Chiefs defense played well. Chiefs win this game 23-20 in overtime. Patrick Mahomes said, F you big, and you're under passing yards of 269 yards. He threw for 352 yards. Only one interception. Kareem Hunt, by the way, that guy doesn't go away. He's an absolute stud. He's scored in 4 straight games, over 100 yards yesterday. And the other guy that's completely changed that team is Rashee Rice. He is dominant.
Yeah.
He is dominant.
Again, their offense
8 for 141.
Their offense has been limited. You know, they keep getting some pieces back, but then one piece leaves. I know that Kareem Hunt had a great game, but Pacheco's been hurt. I think that hurt them a little bit. They picked up Pierce this weekend, who was on waivers, because they clearly think the same thing. I'm still not counting out the Chiefs, and that's going to be a big reason why the Dolphins don't make the playoffs, if you guys wanted to know, because they have to lose like 3 times for us to make it. One of the teams that has to lose 3 times, and that's not going to happen.
No.
And if you wanted to know who's second in the league in passing, it's Patrick Mahomes, and he leads the league in, besides Jameis Winston, because he started 2 games, with 270 yards a game. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Don't give him a chance. Don't give him light. And Daniel Jones is, again, when you have the limited quarterback or the guy that just kind of makes some plays, it's ultimately when it goes head-to-head, it doesn't happen. That's what we saw in the last 2 games that we're talking about with Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. You got the better quarterback, they usually win.
Now, we sat at dinner a couple weeks ago. Sorry, Mark, go ahead. Not bad.
No, I was just going to say Jonathan Taylor not having a Jonathan Taylor-type game doesn't help either.
Yeah, that defense was all over Jonathan Taylor. That was the focus, and they took him out of the game.
You don't let Jonathan Taylor beat you. You say Daniel Jones beat us, and usually what happens is he played fine, he played okay, but he didn't make the plays to win.
Now, a couple weeks ago, we're at dinner, and we make a bet. That you bet that the Ravens were going to win their division. $50 bet. I even said that we were going to do the, I think I said at one point, the fantasy football.
Yeah, we should have taken you up on that one.
Entry fee, that would have been a big problem. I think it's $200. The Ravens beat the Jets, of course, 23-10 at home. Lamar Jackson doesn't look healthy, though. I mean, he's limited right now.
Yeah, I didn't watch the games, but if you guys say that, that's fine. But did he have to do much?
Not against this team.
Yeah.
21 carries for Derrick Henry, 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Ravens are now 6-5 and the leader in the AFC North, with the Steelers at 6-5 as well. The Bengals and the Browns are out of it. They're completely out of it. Let's move on to the Raiders and the Browns. Shedeur Sanders making his first career start, getting the victory on the road, 24-10 in Las Vegas. The Vegas Raiders are 2-9. The Cleveland Browns are 3-8, and now Shedeur Sanders has been named the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
This is the guy that I kept on saying. It's the guy that we should have taken a chance on, especially with 3rd round. We'll see if he's anything, but it doesn't seem like the Browns want him to be something, right?
Stefanski doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Mark, were you saying that today? In the group, someone was saying that his press conferences,
Yeah, I saw.
he doesn't like him.
I saw
or something
Emmanuel
like that?
Acho
Doesn't give him a.
and Dan Orlovsky both kind of make comments of like, this is how you should talk about your quarterback, and they were talking to O'Connell when the Vikings were talking something
Mhm.
about JJ McCarthy, and they're like, this is how you should treat your quarterback. So I don't know what Kevin Stefanski is saying, but he clearly doesn't like him. But I don't think it's going to matter because that guy's probably going to be looking for a job at the end of the year. And
11 and 20, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 87.3 rating yesterday.
Also, Raiders fired Chip Kelly.
Yes, their offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Yeah, Geno Smith has been pretty bad in that offense.
As you like to say, booty cheeks.
Yeah, booty cheeks. I like that very much. Next up, we are going with the Cardinals at home. Jacoby Brissett, another overtime game. There was 4 overtime games on Sunday, the first time in 20 years, folks. The Jaguars won in overtime, 27-24. Trevor Lawrence, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't watch this game even if I was here, but I did see like a bunch of highlights from the game, and it was an interception from this guy, and they still somehow won. I was like, what do you mean they won the game? How did that happen? Oh, they're playing the Cardinals. That's how that happens.
Jacoby Brissett. The guy doesn't go away.
Murray doesn't even play anymore.
3-8, the Cardinals are, and the Jaguars are now 7-4.
Right.
7-4. Good year for them. The Eagles taking on the Cowboys. The Eagles stormed to a 21-point first half. It's over. The Cowboys defense can't stop anybody. The Eagles are dominating, and then little by little, the Cowboys chip away. Dak does what he does. Throws it to George Pickens. Throws it long, deep to CD Lamb, and now they tie the game. And at the end of the game, there's a fumble. We got to talk about this. Gibson, at the 1-yard line, catches a punt.
Okay.
Starts maneuvering it, and then coughs it up on his 5-yard line in the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes to go. Cowboys kick a field goal. The Eagles cannot do anything, right? I think they had like 12 seconds left. Game's over. Or actually, no, the Cowboys ran out the clock strategically. Game's over. Cowboys win.
So if he would have just let the ball bounce, they would have been
It's
a
a
tie ball
touchback,
game.
and it's a tie ball game.
Or let's say worst case, on the 1-yard line, which probably not a chance if it's bouncing at the 1-yard line. Yeah, that's a bad mistake. But the Eagles needed this because they're kind of feeding themselves too much, and they're playing very well. They're probably the best team in the league, and this is just going to propel
Best
them
defense in the league. But they're 8-3 right now. The Cowboys are 5-1. Dak Prescott's playing well, and George Pickens, by the way, is playing himself into a ginormous contract this offseason.
Yeah, he's been amazing. It's a great pickup. I know that he's had some baggage in other places, and apparently he's not a very good locker room player, blah, blah, whatever. He looks great with the Cowboys. So
8 targets yesterday, 8 receptions, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown.
We've seen this story before, though. This guy he'll go back to his ways.
Like blow it up?
He'll blow it up because that's the way he is. He's a TikTok star. He's not. He doesn't. That's what he likes. So
he has been a cancer in the past. You're absolutely right with the Steelers. And when you start losing games and you're not getting the ball, you're not getting the targets.
Well, yeah, he's getting a lot of targets, and CD got hurt early, so
CD was a little upset yesterday too on one of those 4th downs.
Someone's not going to like it.
Yeah,
especially if they're partying in Vegas together.
Yeah, you heard about that? I heard CD was out there late, 7 a.m. They saw both of them on the strip.
And he did.
And CD, the rumor is that he's puking.
Right.
He's puking all over.
And his remark?
What was it?
He goes, "There's no way that's true. I hold my liquor better than that." That was it. Don't quote me. Something like that.
He's a superstar. Now the Saints, who are coming into town soon, taking on the Falcons at home. The Falcons win this game behind Kirk Cousins, who makes a start because Penix is out with an injury. The Falcons beat them 24-10. Now the Falcons are 4-7. The Saints are 2-9. They're coming home. Tyler Shook is coming with no Alvin Kamara. We need to win that game. We need to beat them early. We need to beat them up. They are a bad football team, and they do not want to. They're tanking for sure. Or the Saints.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to beat us, but not saying that they can't. So I won't say it's a win. Someone asked me today, do I use the Dolphins as my pick'em this week? And I still couldn't say yes. I said you can't trust the Dolphins. So, but if the Falcons snap their 5-game losing streak, if they would actually give the ball to Bijan more and stop giving it to Tyler Algier or whatever his name is, maybe they'd be better. That's all I'm going to say because that's my fantasy pick.
The top 2 running backs coming for fantasy this year were Bijan and Saquon Barkley. They have been pedestrian.
Bijan has had a lot of games. I don't think he's pedestrian, but he hasn't had a big game in the last couple weeks. But he's been fine.
He's nowhere what he was last year. Jonathan Taylor is better. Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey, they've all been better. Now, Jamar Chase, on the other hand, unfortunately, because of what's been happening, he's obviously had a terrible year, not as good of a year. And you can't spit on people, obviously. So, all right, now let's go to the best team in football. The Rams hosting Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield got beat up against that Rams defense yesterday. That Rams defense is loaded. It's all from draft picks. They took on a guy from the Washington Commanders that was yesterday Forbes Jr., a cornerback, who was making plays everywhere. Former first-round pick, did not pan out with the Commanders. Comes to the Rams, and now he looks like a first-round star, right? Like what first-rounders should be doing. Their defense is performing, and Matthew Stafford right now is the best player in football, in my opinion, the best quarterback in football. He's efficient. He's got 30 touchdowns to 2 interceptions right now, Mark. 30 to 2.
It's hard to argue, and PFF put this out. In his last 8 games, he has 25 touchdowns and no interceptions. You're going to win a lot of games doing that.
God.
And Matthew Stafford, through 11 weeks, he has 30 touchdown passes, which leads the NFL. He has 113.7 passer rating, which leads the NFL. 2,830 passing yards, which is 5th in the league. Only 2 INTs. He has the best PFF grade at 92.3, and he's basically our age. And he came into it's funny, he came in with a hurt back and how is he going to look and the whole thing, and he just looked like the MVP is what he's looking.
That's where he dropped in fantasy draft boards. He was there late.
I have him.
So do I. I have him in my other league.
Bijan's 5th, by the way. I mean, it's not terrible.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected then.
Yeah.
They couldn't give him the ball more. I have him in my other league with Joey.
If they gave him the ball more, he would be fine.
Rams win the game 34-7. Baker is knocked out of the game at halftime with a bum shoulder. The Buccaneers are reeling right now. They're 6-5, but they are not playing like they were at the beginning of the year. The Rams are 9-2, and then they are incredible against the spread. All right, that's a recap of what happened there. Let's talk about real quick some of the key fantasy top scorers by the position. QB is Jalen Hurts with 35 points, Jameis Winston with 35 points, and Dak Prescott with 32 points. Joey, the person I was going up against, and I had to win my game this week, he had Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott, so that one hurt. Jahmyr Gibbs, 57 points. Emmanuel Wilson, 30 points. And Ashton Genty, 27 points. Wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 36 points. Wan'Dale Robinson, 30 points with that Jameis connection. Amon-Ra St. Brown and George Pickens coming in third with 29 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, by the way, is just a picture of consistency.
We're on the same page. He's the best fantasy receiver in this year.
I don't believe he is. No, it's Jackson Smith and Jigba is.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But St. Brown is, I want to say, top 3 or top 5. He's just consistent.
So good.
Yeah. Tight end to cap it off, Hunter Henry, 24 points. The safety blanket, finally. He had some pedestrian weeks and then had a breakout week in week 12. Trey McBride, 16 points. The guy he's the best fantasy tight end by a mile.
In our league, of course, we're not going to do this anymore where we complain about trades, but there was no reason why we had to throw in Trey McBride, there was a 2-for-1 deal in our league, and they threw in like Trey McBride or the other guy, and I was like, why can't it just be a straight up deal?
Was this last year?
No, this was it this year with Evan. Yeah, Evan, calling you out, dude. He asked for extra because our league inflates keepers so much, in my opinion. Didn't have to happen.
And Trey McBride is not a keeper.
No, he was getting him. I'm going to tell you the trade. I'll look it up. Keep talking.
Colston Loveland and Brenton Strange and Colby Parkinson all tied for 14 points. Brenton Strange, by the way, folks, he's a Jaguars tight end. They love him. He came back from injury, and he put up 14 points. He's an absolute stud. But so we'll talk about, I guess you can let us know when we talked about that Jameis magic. We talked about the 4 OTs on Sunday. It was a great slate. I want to talk about Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford.
Didn't we just talk about Matthew Stafford?
But I want to talk about where if he wins a Super Bowl this year, where does that put Matthew Stafford? Because he is up there right now. He's 9th in the NFL of all time in passing touchdowns and passing yards. He's going to move up those ranks, especially with that duo with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. But if he wins 2, can you take a guess of how many quarterbacks have won two Super Bowls?
How many
quarterbacks have won 2 Super Bowls?
Oh, really?
Just ask me. Yeah, answer the question.
How many have won 2? Let me see. Let me think.
Mark, can you? I'll go to Mark.
Why can't I think?
6.
Okay. Can you hurry up? This is not good for viewership.
It's just a number, dude.
Yeah.
Just say a
Thank
number.
you, Mark.
8.
13.
Okay.
13. So Tom Brady has 7. Joe Montana and Bradshaw have 4. Patrick Mahomes has 3.
Looked over. It was right here.
Okay. Aikman. All right.
I can't
Aikman
wait.
has 3.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Keep going.
All right. Peyton Manning, John Elway, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Bart Starr, Bob Greasy,
Greasy, baby.
Jim Plunkett, and Roger Staubach each have 2. Now, if he wins 2, you got to put him above Eli Manning all time.
Wow.
Matthew Stafford.
Keep going. Just keep going.
He would be above Ben Roethlisberger, in my opinion. So name to me. I'm gonna say names out there, and you tell me. You have to speak up if they're better. Roger Staubach, Jim Plunkett, Bob Greasy, Bart Starr, all older guys. So I'm not gonna go through that. Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning.
Okay.
You're gonna speak up on Eli Manning?
I'm gonna say Big Ben, dude, is ahead of him. I think you're discrediting how good Big Ben was against 2 juggernauts against Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And by the way, right now is 6 all time in passing. Big Ben,
great career. I get it, great career. But
Matthew Stafford had very, very early on mediocre years. He had big numbers because he had Calvin.
He played for the Lions,
and then he played for the Lions. So he didn't do much for a very long time. He didn't dominate. Okay. I think you're doing what these kids do to me.
But that's what John Elway did too, by the way. John Elway would put up numbers, and then he didn't win until the end of his career.
He went to many playoff games and lost many playoff games early in his career, buddy.
Okay, but he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. He would lose the big game, the AFC Championship game. You are going to compare John Elway's career to this guy's career, to Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, prove me wrong.
Okay.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. All right, prove me wrong, listeners. Now, so I would say that Aaron Rodgers only has 1. He's not on this list right now. Near's Brett Favre. Who's not on the list is Dan Marino, by the way. That sucks. Where would you put him if he won a second one? So you put him behind Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning?
Eli Manning, you can have the argument with because he, for his 2 championships, he had a lot of very mediocre years, and he didn't have the top year that he had. Matthew Stafford, to your point, since he's come to the Rams, has played and won big games. But the last 2 or 3 years, he was very mediocre. It's not like he was doing anything. Would I have taken him over the guy we have? Yes. Is he doing great right now? Yes. But I think you're playing revisionist history. I mean, you're playing in prisoner of the moment right now, and I'm not putting him over Big Ben. I'm not doing it. Eli, yes, because Eli was never the top guy in the league. He was always against his brother and stuff. But
Mark,
no.
Your take on this, Big Ben or Matthew Stafford?
I'm going to take Matthew Stafford specifically for off the field reasons. So
very good.
Well, that's the only reason why. Again, I mean it is a lot closer than I thought, but still Big Ben is ahead of Matthew Stafford in both passing touchdowns and passing yardage.
He's gonna move up. Mark called it perfectly on this. We're also. I love the Rams.
But Big Ben's. I mean, I guess started in 2000.
Speaking
into the mic,
please.
dude. Into the mic.
Started in 2004, where Matthew Stafford started in 2009. So when Big Ben came into the league, it was a whole different type of offense. They ran a run-first offense. They were very boring, and Big Ben was the offense for Pittsburgh for all those years that they were good. And
he played terrible in those Super Bowl. In the first Super Bowl he won, terrible.
Wasn't he a rookie, or he was his first-year starter?
No, you know his first ever game was against the Dolphins. You remember that game? I think they got hurt, and I think it was a night game. He came in. He beat the Dolphins. Okay, whatever. We'll pull that. We'll pull that.
Yeah, we're gonna put that on the poll.
All right, we talked about the AFC wildcard standings. The Dolphins have no freaking shot, folks. Okay, so if you want them to win, we want them to win, obviously. We're going to be there on Sunday, right? So come out. Hopefully, we're going to get there before 10 o'clock so we can park wherever we want. By the way, I heard through a, Sarah, shout out to Sarah. She's Shane's wife. She is a huge Miami Dolphins fan and has been a season ticket holder for a long time. Her brother, who's a diehard fan, would come from Philadelphia every week, and he would fly in for games. They're friends. They have, those guys that wear the monkey outfits and stuff like that. The guy with the skulls and stuff. That's who they tailgate. That's who they sit with,
right?
For the 100 level. She said that one of their friends, who's been a diehard and a longtime ticket member, didn't renew his tickets because of what they're doing prior. With the tailgate.
The parking, yeah.
They're doing it on the other side, too, with the east side. Stephen Ross, you're losing people because after 10 o'clock, you're forcing people to park wherever they want. You're ruining the experience for the user, for your customer, and that's all we have is to eat and drink and do perico. What the hell is going on, dude? Give it to us, man. You're ruining Christmas for us. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yes, Steven. Steven.
You're not going to talk about it because you're only there for one of the experiences.
No,
it sucks.
I'm with you. I understand that the parking thing doesn't make any sense. If you had it like slammed, I would understand why you're making us park where you want us to park. But it's wide open. There's so many open spots. We want to tailgate with our friends, and if there's plenty of openings, and it's easy for us to get there, why are you doing that? And then you open it up an hour later for people to park wherever they want.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's BS, dude. Fix it. Fix it right now. All right, so this is the best week, okay? I real quick poll, Christmas or Thanksgiving? I'm going to say Christmas.
I mean, Christmas, dude.
Mark?
I'm a big Thanksgiving guy.
Oh,
I enjoy it. The family together. There's nothing to do except eat. I'm in for that. I'm in for that. Taking a little bit of prerequisites before eating, and it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day.
That's actually smart to take like a little gummy right before, and then just.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, you got to do it right. I've been doing it for years.
I think Thanksgiving is fantastic. You wake up, you watch football, you eat a little something, you watch more football, you eat more something, you watch football. It's a great day.
All right, speaking of watching football, we're going to get into LBO Locks, and there's a phenomenal slate, and we're going to go through it real quick. There's 3 games on Thursday and 1 game on Black Friday. They're bringing it back. The only time there's ever been a Black Friday game, Miami Dolphins against the New York Jets, Javon Holland, and that pick 6. I remember it well. I was in Jenny's house.
Back to 2023.
Yeah. They didn't do it last year, but they're coming back this year. All right, so LBO Locks, Week 13. Last week, I went 3-2-1. Little went 3-1-1. Good week. Producer Mark 2-3-1. Big's prop of the week 0-1 last week. So I am in first, 45-31. Big Little is 36-28, and producer Mark is 32-39. Big's prop of the week is 5-4. So let's go through it. The slate is incredible. We're gonna do top 5 Thanksgiving items after. Okay, so start thinking of that list in your head now. Packers at Lions on Thursday on Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock on Fox. Lions at home are a 2.5-point favorite. Over under is 49.5. This is a divisional game. Let's give you some real quick. The Packers are 4-7 against the spread. Lions are 6-5. Let's see here. Recent Thanksgiving against the spread. The 8-5 against the spread since 2012 are the Lions. So the Lions play well against the Packers. Against the Lions are 1-6-1 against the spread in their last 8 versus the Lions. Jared Goff is 32-12 against the spread in the first half when playing inside a dome since 2022. Hit the first half right there. And also, Detroit has won 4 of the last 5 matchups outright against Green Bay. That's about it right there. Detroit is 0-12 straight up and 3-9 against the spread since 2005 when the public fades the Lions, but whatever. Okay, so producer Mark, Who do you like here and why?
I'm going with the Lions. It's just a classic Thanksgiving Day, and usually the Lions I would have put to lose in that, but I'm just feeling Lions on Turkey Day.
You like the over/under? None at all?
None at all.
Okay.
None at all.
All right. Chris?
Since you think that the Packers are the best team in the league.
No. The Rams are the best team in the league.
Yeah, but you said the Packers were there.
That was a long time ago. Things change.
I think that the Packers are a little bit struggling with their offense right now. I'm going to say Lions on this one.
Is Josh Jacobs going to be back this week?
Probably.
He no structural damage to his knee. Emmanuel Wilson played very well last week, but it looks like Josh Jacobs will be returning, Mark. Yes. No matter who they put back there behind that offensive line, they are going to win. I mean, Josh Jacobs, they're going to run the ball well.
Okay, so what's your pick?
I will also be taking the Lions here. I just think that the Packers are reeling. I don't think that the Lions are going to lose at home. I am going to take the over here. 49.5, a lot of points, but I just love these offenses. Actually, give me the over. That's fine. All right. Now, the Chiefs I think this is the best game on Thanksgiving in a very long time. I'm going to say that.
Really?
Yes. I think it's the best one of all time.
I don't know about that.
The Chiefs taking on the Cowboys in Jerry's World. The Chiefs are -3. Over-under is 52. This game is 4:30 on CBS and Paramount Plus. Patrick Mahomes is 19-3 straight up when facing a team on short rest. Did you hear that?
No.
19-3 straight up when facing a team on short rest. The Chiefs are a lone road favorite on Thanksgiving. The road favorites historically are dominant on Thanksgiving, going 20-6 against the spread since 2004. And Dallas has struggled to cover on Thanksgiving, going 3-11 against the spread dating back to 2011. I will be taking the Chiefs here, and I will also be taking the over. These teams, both of them, the Cowboys are 7-4 against, and with the over. Although the Chiefs are 3-8, heavy under right there. None of the matter. I'm going to take the Chiefs here, and I'm also going to be taking the over. I want nothing but points. Chris.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs as well, but I'm going to go and take the under. I'm liking the under. The Cowboys just had a huge offensive output. I think the Chiefs and Andy Reid know what to do to try to keep the ball away from them. Give me the under on that.
Huge offensive output, 24 points.
Well, they had big plays, right?
I'm going to come after you from that one. All right, Mark.
I like the under here. I'm going to start off with the under first. I like the under. I don't expect a lot of points on this game, but I do. I got the Chiefs on this one.
All right. Now, this is Thanksgiving night. It's 8:20. You're probably stuffed right now. What time do you guys eat dinner? Or lunch?
We do lunch at 2 o'clock at my parents' house, and then I do dinner at Bernie's parents.
What time is that at?
Usually at 8.
Oh, okay.
Maybe sometimes earlier.
So this is going to be on that. How about you, Mark? You go home after your parents?
Yeah, after the 2 o'clock, I go home and I just watch football and eat leftovers.
No. Oh, do you do like in Friends?
I make the moist maker.
The moist maker.
You gotta get the
my sandwich. My sandwich. All right, the Bengals at the
I've
Ravens.
told you about that before, right?
Huh?
I've told you about that before.
Yeah. Bengals at the Ravens. -7 are the Ravens at home. We don't know if Joe Burrow is going to play or not. The over-under is 52 here. Both teams are 4-7 against the spread this year. The over-under for both of these teams, the over is hit. They're 7-4 out of their 11 games, each of these teams with the over. Thanksgiving night favorites are 14-4 against the spread since the game was added in 2006. Okay? I will be taking the Ravens, and I will also be taking the over. I'm going nothing but points. That's all I want. I want scoring. I want nothing but scoring. Producer Mark, hit us up, please.
Can you give me the line one more time?
-7, the Ravens at home. Over-under is 52 against the Bengals.
All right, yeah.
Joe Burrow could potentially be coming back.
Yeah,
he practiced all
that guy
week last
sucks.
week.
That guy sucks.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go with the Raven. The Ravens. And you know what? I like a fun game too. I'm gonna take the under though.
You suck.
Baltimore, you have -7. Is that what we're going on?
Yes.
That's big, especially if Joe Burrow comes, I think. Let's give me the Bengals.
Rawr. The Bengals. You're not
Until-
touching the over/under because you don't have a sack. All right.
Yeah. Don't do that to me.
Sorry. That was mean. Okay. Well, you also didn't. Well, never mind.
I'm
not gonna
coming
say
for
that.
you.
Okay.
I didn't what?
Yeah. You didn't drive your wife at all in Spain. Okay. That's a guy that doesn't have a sack.
I mean, I didn't have a license. I'm not doing it.
Wait, you did have a license. It was just expired.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be in a foreign country and get pulled over and then be like, hey, your license is expired. Go to jail, dude.
You think that they would put you in jail for that?
Who knows?
In
Who?
Galicia,
I don't think
Spain?
they take people to jail for that. I think you get a ticket.
Yeah. I don't even think here
A ticket. You get a
Yeah.
ticket, and if you have someone with a valid license, they'll drive you away.
If you think so.
All right.
I didn't want to find out. That's all I'm saying.
Black Friday game is at 3 p.m. on Prime Video. Bears are taking on the Eagles in Philadelphia. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. Over/under is 44. Both of these teams are phenomenal, 7-4 against the spread this year. Both teams have been, up there with the over/under. They're both 6-5, 6-5, and 5-6. This is a new tradition. There's only one game prior. That's when the Dolphins beat the Jets back in 2023, 34-13. The Eagles are 5-1 straight up at home this season. Chris, what is your pick?
Can you go to Mark? I'm thinking
Mark.
about it.
Eagles 6.5-point favorites at home against the Bears. Over/under is 44, sir.
It's going to be a good game. The Eagles and Bears.
Yeah, great slate.
I'll take. You know what? I'm going to take the upset. I'm going to take the Bears.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nah, the Eagles woke up. Eagles. Give me the Eagles. And the over-under is what?
44.
Give me the over.
Ooh, I kind of like the under here.
All right, do it.
I like
Throw
the
a
under
sack
here.
and do it.
You want to do a shot bet?
Shop it.
All right, shot bet. I will be taking the under. The Bears
The Bears.
The Bears haven't beat anybody. You know, they've done those things. They've beaten who they have to beat. The Eagles are
They
pissed.
just beat the Steelers.
Thanksgiving, the Bears are going to be ungodos, they're going to eat a lot of stuffing. Give me the Eagles here as well. All right, that's it. There's a phenomenal slate. Big's prop of the week. I am going to Anytime TD parlay. We're going to bring it back. You got Amon. We're going to do a Thanksgiving parlay. We're going to do Amon-Ra St. Brown in the beginning on the 1 o'clock game, Rashee Rice in the 4:30 game, and Derrick Henry in the night game. That pays out plus 360. It's pretty good. You could buy a lot of. You could buy a Bose, sound speaker, sound bar, something that I need on my Christmas list. So if you guys want to buy that, what's your biggest Christmas list item?
We can
this
talk
year?
about that another day because we're going to talk about another top 5.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to ask.
And
what I can
teasing
buy
the
you.
audience.
Yeah, what I could buy you. Okay, we're gonna go real quick. Top 5 Thanksgiving items that are on your dinner table. Thanksgiving dinner items. We're gonna go top 5. So we're gonna start. We're gonna go around the room and we're gonna go 5 to 1. So Chris,
Number 5, I'm going to have to go with. My mom makes this wild rice. I'm going to put the wild rice number 5.
oh,
That's a good one. With some bacon and stuff, it's fire.
Mr. Mark.
Number 5, I am going to go with sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. I like when they have a little bit of
Number
a mashed
5?
Yeah, number 5, sweet
Blasphemous.
potatoes. You guys are gonna hate what I have for my top 3. No one has it on their top 3, so
yeah.
stick around.
No.
My
for that
number
one.
1, no one has on
I
my
know
number
Mark's
1.
number 1.
I'll
It's
tell you. All
kind
right,
of whack.
I'm gonna go number 5. I'm gonna go into the corn casserole. It's made its.
You went to number 1?
Huh?
That's number 1?
No, that's number 5 for me.
Oh, I was like, what?
Number 5 is corn casserole.
in the earlier
It is phenomenal, but I don't remember corn casserole being a thing when we were growing up.
No.
It's recently become a thing.
I don't know what Mark's talking about. We've had the same Thanksgiving dinner my entire life.
You for sure didn't have this corn casserole.
We
Oh,
didn't,
did.
dude.
We
We
did.
didn't.
I'm going to call Mama right now.
Call her right now.
And ask her.
Bring her on the
But
phone.
keep going.
Bring her on the phone. Okay, we'll do a snake draft. So I'll do my number 4. I am going to go with the mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna combine it with the gravy. Okay. Here's the thing: people don't make mashed potatoes anymore. Do you guys have mashed potatoes at your dinner.
You're just speaking things that don't make sense. Of course you have mashed potatoes.
No. Well, here's the thing. In our families, for some reason, people don't make mashed potatoes, so I have to be the guy to make the mashed potatoes.
Well, good for you. You should make it.
Like a little garlic mash, or we do a goat cheese mash too.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm not
so
a huge
good.
mashed potato guy. And then
What?
I told you, no sack.
Sarah made it one year, and it smelled like she has this like stupid little washing thing that makes her house smell a certain way, and it's tasted just like that. I was like, this is terrible.
Her mashed potatoes tasted like a
it wasn't her mashed
like an air
potatoes.
dispenser.
It was her sweet potato casserole that she made. It was so. She goes, "Is it good?" I'm like, "No."
You said no, dude?
Of course I tell the truth.
By the way, you're such a dirtbag, dude. If my sister-in-law asked me if it was good, I would say absolutely yes.
Yeah, and then everyone stopped eating it because it tasted like soap.
It's got 3 levels. It's got parfait, this, peas mixed with beef and gravy. All right, Mark, number 4 for you.
I'm gonna stick with the starchy stuff. I'm gonna go with mashed potatoes too. So I went sweet potato and the mashed potatoes.
Oh, heavy. I like it, Mr. Chris.
Number 4 on my list, only my parents or my dad's fried turkey, but not in the current thing that they make. Mom and dad, I don't know what you did. We got to go back to the old school where you actually dip the thing and you might have a fire. The electric one doesn't work. It's not the same.
Electric fried turkey, that doesn't exist. There's no way.
It's an electric fryer.
It can't be that good.
And you're right. It's not that good. Sorry, Dad. It's the old one where we used to have to drop it
where
down.
you risk death.
Everyone get away. That one is so good.
Be careful out there, folks.
Yeah. So that's number 4 on my list.
Okay, what's number 3?
Make sure your turkey is dry when you do that, guys.
My number 3 is my aunt's pecan pie.
Ooh.
It is so good. I look forward to it every single year. My thing I ask every year, who wants pies? No one answers except I always answer. I want the pecan pie because I always get it every year. And you will notice that there is none of these food items from my in-laws. Sorry, you guys. You guys need to up your game. There's nothing that I like there.
Oh, what a shot, dude. First you said that your sister-in-law's sweet potato corn casserole tastes like cologne, and then now you're just throwing out their entire spread?
Yeah, it's not good. And their corn casserole is different. And sorry, it's not as good either. It's good, but it's not as good.
All right, Mark, you're number 3.
I'm gonna go with the fried turkey. I'm gonna go with fried turkey on that one. I disagree. I think it's great in the electric one as well. Probably better in the other way, but it's still so much better than a baked turkey. It's unbelievable.
All right, I'm going to go number 3 here. I'm not going to go a food item. I'm going to go a drink, okay? And it's from George Deboeuf, and it's the Beaujolais Nouveau. It's a wine that they come out every year. It's from France. They bless it, and then they send it throughout the country, throughout the world. It's a staple in the Lafarga household. Every year you can buy it. They do a different design, right, on the bottle. It is very cheap wine, but it's delicious.
Right, tell me
we love it very much.
I can't wait for this.
It's number 3.
Tell me where this wine is, and I can buy it, and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna do a taste test.
Okay. You can buy it at Publix, although I went to the Publix this week and I couldn't find it.
Already doesn't sound good.
No, you can buy it at Total Wine, I'm sure. But
right, send me a picture of it so I can go buy it.
Okay, yeah.
And,
I think it's
guess
like
what, families?
$16.99 a bottle.
You guys are going to have a beautiful wine coming from a gift from us. Here we go with
George,
this wine.
Yeah, Beaujolais Nouveau.
Beaujolais Nouveau.
Yeah. I'll send you the screenshot. Number two, I will be taking mac and cheese. It's just delicious.
Gosh.
It's just, my wife makes it every year. The lady is a cook. She's a chef. There's a reason why I married her. Her hair is golden, and her noodles are golden, too. I love her very much. Her mac and cheese is the tits. It's incredible.
Mark?
We're on 2?
Yes.
We're on 2. I'm going to go with cranberry sauce.
That was going to be up there. I thought it was going to be number 1 for him.
What?
I know.
I know that everyone hates it, but listen, Linda, listen. So, what I like to do is I like to take a little piece of everything in my plate, a little turkey, a little sweet potato, a little of
like
the
a
rice,
person, yeah.
and I put the cranberry sauce on top of it, the sweetness from the cranberry sauce with the saltiness of the turkey.
Ooh.
It is phenomenal. I am a very sweet and salty person. I love it. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I don't want it any other way except the shape of the can and sliced. I just want the canned one. I don't want a homemade one. I want the canned one, and I want them sliced in the little ridges that come with the can.
We have
the
them.
Ocean Spray
We have
can?
them every year. It's there. I have a slice.
It's there.
Mm,
I've never had it. I've never had cranberry sauce.
Okay,
I have
well,
multiple slices.
this
It
year,
is phenomenal.
This year you should have. It's
I don't know if
very-
we make that. I don't know if it cuts the list, but
I'll buy you a can.
okay,
yeah.
cool.
And this is what you brought.
Hey,
This is what I-
Jackie, thanks for Thanksgiving.
This
Here,
is what I mean.
out of a can, and the ridges are still there, by the way, because Mark says that they make it really,
make it
really
better.
good.
So I responded that way because I was like, I can't believe I forgot mac and cheese. But we don't have mac and
We
cheese
don't.
at any of the two.
What?
So-
what?
That's what we don't have that, and which you could add to that, I would agree. But we don't have any Cuban stuff in ours. So we're a huge. Cuban
Yeah, we
house
don't
of
do
food.
Cuban. My wife's family does
Yeah,
Cuban.
no
They'll
Cuban.
They do con gris.
Yeah, not allowed.
It's my cousin-in-law's mom's con gris. It's the best con
Sure,
gris
it's
I've
good.
ever had.
Not for
They
Thanksgiving.
got yuca there. They
Nope.
got my mother-in-law makes a thing called boniatillo. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, sorry guys, it sounds delicious, but that's for Christmas, for Navidad, okay? Not Thanksgiving.
Boniatillo's
Thanksgiving is
sweet. It's
different.
good. It's kind of like a
Sweet potato.
Yeah,
With the marshmallows on
with
top.
the marshmallows on
Yeah,
top.
Sounds very good.
Yeah,
That could go on Thanksgiving meal. Yeah.
she has it there. Yeah,
that's-
come on,
that's a good one.
Anna could do no wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, what is
My number 2 is the corn casserole that Mark talked at number 5, which I think is blasphemous. And then I'll go straight into my number 1.
I didn't say that was number 5. I said sweet potatoes was number 5, and number 1 is corn casserole
number
for me.
4
Oh.
for him?
Sorry, you jumped the gun there.
Oh,
It's all right. It's all right.
My number 1 is a sweet potato casserole. So good.
and you said that the corn casserole for you is number 1, Mark?
Oh my god, it's phenomenal.
It's
I could
the
eat it. I
best.
could eat it all day.
Yeah.
I could eat it every day. Every day.
And I'm
so
gonna
good.
call you out. I'm not gonna say that everyone does the same because I've made it for like work Thanksgivings and stuff, and everyone agrees like it is so good. So not everyone's had this
It's
corn casserole.
It's the Jif box.
It's the
same
way that you
one.
make it con amor,
Oh,
as we
get
said
out.
earlier, con amor, and it's so good.
All right, my number 1 is not. It's not even an appetizer. It's an aperitif. My father makes the best butternut squash soup. It is the best thing. It will always be a family staple. He's been making it for 30 plus years, and it's got a little kick to it. Now, not everybody likes spicy, and then he appeases the masses and doesn't put in the cayenne pepper. But it just starts you off. It opens up your sinuses, and then it just makes everything taste so much better. It is the best soup I have ever had. Robert is the bomb. Butternut squash soup number 1.
I love Robert, but you were talking about this guy not having balls, and your favorite is soup. No soup for you.
Dude,
Hey, hit that like and subscribe button. It's Thanksgiving. We love you guys. We're thankful for you all. Hit that like and subscribe. 786 Sports. We are going to be going live. We said we changed it up on you. We said we'll do a Dolphins and then a NFL episode throughout the week. We're just going to do one live episode a week. It is what it is. We're here till the end of the year, and we love you guys. We're thankful for you. Everyone be safe out there. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving to you and yours. And Chris, please take us home.
and as he said, if you guys want something different, or you guys want your Wednesday show, please let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll oblige because we're here to do whatever we can to entertain you guys. And as Ryan said, happy Thanksgiving. And this show is brought to you by Sacieta Law, personal injury attorneys. If you've been injured in a car accident, you need more than just a lawyer. You need an advocate who truly cares and fights hard for what you deserve. Call Sacieta Law at 305-340-9082 or visit sacietalaw.com for your free consultation. Sacieta Law.